Happy Monday, travelers. I'm going to do an open reading. I feel the energies are changing, and I feel them changing quite rapidly. I don't know if this is due to that kind of speed up effect uh, because Mercury is about to go retrograde on the 23rd. Um, and so, what I'm going to do, I want to kind of see what messages are coming up because we do have a new moon on the 17th this weekend. And depending on how you look at it, this new moon is either going to fall in Pisces or it's going to fall in Aries. It's going to be moving from Pisces to Aries. Let's put it that way. And new moons are always a time of new beginnings. So if there are any old projects that you want to complete, any things that you kind of want to move along, you have really until, I'm going to say, a day or so after the new moon to try to do this, because once Mercury goes retrograde, you can expect seriously some delays, communication glitches, perhaps transportation issues, small appliance issues. And so basically, whenever we have a Mercury in retrograde, that's a time to focus inward on yourself, or to go back over some old things. Anytime there is a planet in retrograde, and it doesn't matter which one it is. Right now we have Jupiter in retrograde in Scorpio. That's a time to revise, rework, redo, reassess anything that you have going on in your life, no matter if this is career, family, and or romantic. And so what we're going to do, oh, by the way, you can always, if you're interested in getting a reading, I'm going to put up the website address at the bottom of the screen. I haven't had an opportunity to go in and opt out of the ads program yet, but I probably am going to do that today, try to get to it today. For those of you who have purchased the Straight No Chaser reading that was on sale, that you've given me your time, those times are correct. We will be maintaining that. And now, with that being said, because I feel this kind of somewhat change coming up, I'm going to start taking bookings on Wednesday for the 20 for 20. Okay, and the 20 for 20 is a video reading, and what it is, it's a 25, sometimes a 30-minute, just depends, minute reading for $25. It is first come, first serve. Once you receive that, you book, you pay, you book, you pay. I conduct the reading. My turnaround time is usually between 24 to 72 hours. I don't like to make people wait. For those of you who say, man, I ain't even got $25, then there's a $10 reading that you can just purchase, but still it's going to be first come, first serve. And I'm going to run this 20 for 20 special all the way up until, let me check my calendar here. I want to get it in before the new moon. I think that's going to be somewhat important. Let me see here. And that's going to be Saturday. So Friday at midnight, the 20 for 20 special is gone. Okay. If you're not a website member, you can still sign up to the free newsletter. This is where I make announcements, because sometimes I give specials and sales to the members that I don't announce to the public. So you can always sign up to see what's going on or what's coming up. I'm also going to be doing, I think some point during the Mercury retrograde, I'm going to be offering perhaps a discount on Akashic Records readings. Okay. I think that would be a fantastic time for you to focus inward and look at some things that have been plaguing you and coming up for you like a broken record through the prism or the lens of the Akashic Records, okay? And so you can always sign up to the free newsletter that comes out once a week. Sometimes I will send out, something other than that. Wow. Okay, let's just get started with the reading here. I'm using today the Prisma Visions Tarot. I have not used this deck in quite some time. I really like it. They're very beautiful cards. We're going to clarify with the La Vida Sibilas. And then I haven't used the Heart Oracle Tarot in a while, so I'm going to pull that as well. Now, one card has presented itself. It is the Queen of Swords. So I'm looking at perhaps an air sign, female, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We do know that we have the South Node in Aquarius. And this is kind of an interesting image on the card, because what I have is, can you see that? These are lovely cards. And she has the goose's mouth restrained. So this could be the idea or the concept that there's somebody who either you haven't heard from, or someone who's preventing you from speaking whatever the truth is. Okay? So, or this could be you yourself holding something inside. All right? You yourself not speaking whatever this thing is that perhaps has the potential to maybe perhaps do severe injury and or devour. Okay? So let's lay the rest of the cards down and see what they have to say. The Three of Pentacles. Well, we're moving from winter into kind of a summery, kind of into spring. Now, I have two queens here. I have a Queen of Swords and a Queen of Pentacles with a 3 in the center. So what I'm looking at perhaps is some type of project where perhaps maybe one person has been taking the lead more so than the other, and has maybe been kind of preventing you from stepping out and perhaps getting your due, even though you may have been contributing more in terms of the actual physical doing of the work. This person is the mouthpiece, so to speak. Page of Chalices. The Empress. Well, here is Venus. It's quite lovely. The Four of Chalices. The Two of Pentacles. The Six of Swords. I think some of you are considering parting ways with this individual. Now, if this is a romantic situation, this would perhaps be a same-sex couple. If it is, you know, two females, whatever. It could also be two males who both identify more so with their feminine side. And a Four of Wands. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. One major arcana right in the center. So this is Venus. And Venus has moved into Aries. Venus represents abundance and growth and fertility and the sprouting of seeds that have been planted in the wintertime. Now, this queen and these two queens could also be two different aspects of the same person, okay? We don't want to narrow it down such that that is not also a possibility. So it could be two different aspects of the same person. This could be a sun sign and a moon sign, or a sun sign and a rising sign, and vice versa. Underneath the deck, oh wow, I have the Ace of Wands. I want you to look at that. These are such lovely cards. They cost a pretty penny too. I waited a whole year before I got them because I wasn't exactly sure if they were going to talk to me. But they're such lovely cards. Well, two fours. Two fours speak of a safe and secure time period, but they also speak to the possibility of a house move or house repairs or a change of address. It could also speak to being overly cautious about things, which would fall quite well with this Queen of Pentacles. That's an earth energy, so it's a more grounded, cautious, slow kind of an energy. This Two of Pentacles is quite... oh, I didn't show you the cards, did I? I showed you the Queen of Swords. Let me see if I can show you what this spread looks like. Hold on. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I'm trying to see what's happening here. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of crappy, right? The screen is limited. So I hope you can see that. All right, what that looks like. Okay, and then let me pull the cards up and show you one at a time what they look like. Okay, so there's that Queen of Swords. Here is that Three of Pentacles. Here is the Queen of Pentacles. Isn't she beautiful? I love this card. Can you see that? Here is the Page of Chalices. Look at that. Isn't he lovely? I just, this deck is just, it's breathtaking. And when you lay all of the cards out, the suit, from beginning to end, from the aces to the 10, the whole thing tells us, each suit tells a story. It's just lovely. Here we have this lovely, lovely Empress. And here is the Four of Chalices or Cups. The Two of Pentacles. Now I find this to be kind of an interesting thing, because we go from a 3 to a 2 with this Queen holding that one pentacle. So again, I kind of get the sensation that some of you may be considering opting out of something, making your own move. There's the Six of Swords. Now that's an interesting card, because as you can see, those are butterflies going across a bridge of swords, but they're butterflies in winter. That's what's so striking to me about that card. Some kind of transformation trying to happen. And here is that lovely Four of Wands. And there's the garland of flowers there at the top of it. Kind of tying it all together. And I did show you this, oh wow, lovely Ace of Wands. Is that not a phallic symbol or what? And underneath that, I have the Chariot. And the last one, because they're really speaking, there is an Ace of Pentacles. Now remember I said to you, I found that 2 to be quite interesting, because we go from a 3 to a 2 with that one, with the Queen holding that one pentacle. And if this is not about you going into partnership with someone, this is really about a new opportunity coming to you. Not only a new financial opportunity, perhaps some new financial abundance, at a time when perhaps in the past you were really struggling with finances, or trying to juggle 2 jobs, or trying to determine, where do I really concentrate my energy? What do I really need to be doing? I mean, remember, it's pentacles, and pentacles represent the physicality of doing something. I have seen that card show up sometimes when people are working, 2 jobs. And one job you may get paid for, and the other job it may be, like taking care of an elderly parent, unpaid, and trying to juggle those 2 things, and do it, successfully without dropping something or losing something. I do sense, now this Three of Pentacles in this particular deck speaks to the idea of doing something, doing some solitary work. It doesn't represent the same meaning as the Three of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite deck. In fact, let me read to you the meaning of this Three of Pentacles here. It says, after the early stages of a project, there is a surge of pleasure in realizing you've achieved some tangible level of competency. Take pride in your work, be meticulous and patient, giving credit to the noble endeavor you've chosen to undertake. Likewise, as each brick supports its brother, this is a good time to interlock your plan with other visions. Let other people's input influence your own. This is a great time to build stability and trust. And so this could be, this top row, really the idea that this is someone who perhaps you haven't been listening to, or you haven't been giving them enough voice to help you with ideas. I mean, the Queen of Swords she's all about communications and teaching and learning and writing and internet and publishing and editing. So this could very well be that, or this is someone who may have been keeping something from you in this particular field. And so if that's the case, then you just went ahead and did it, whatever it is that you were trying to do. But I do also feel that coming upon the Mercury retrograde, it would behoove you to do some research to go forward. We see that this Queen of Swords, this Page of Chalices, she comes with a particular offer. But the offer presents some kind of choice or duality. It could be one in which perhaps maybe your values become questioned. That is what the Empress speaks about. But even still, we see here, going from the Two of Pentacles to the Six of Swords, that this situation is really literally trying to transform itself. You're going to be moving away from this idea of maybe juggling or not having enough, or having to choose between option A and option B. And perhaps that there's just a bit more time in which this will be occurring. Like I said, I feel this energy, this change coming about. And the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is about stability. It is about firm foundations. I would dare say that there with the flower wreath at the top, it's going to be token some kind of time of peace and relaxation. If this is you as one individual, then with the Four of Chalices and the Four of Wands, it's also saying you're going to get an opportunity to rest. Okay? But there is an offer. If it has not come to you at this point, it will be coming. And this is across the center, the Page of Chalices, the Empress, and the Four of Chalices. And it may come during this time frame during the Mercury retrograde, okay? In which you're going to be given an opportunity to kind of work out the kinks here with this Two of Pentacles. And then once the time frame happens, once the Mercury goes, you're going to be able to move through that to something new, very solid, very stable. That is a yes. That was a card at the top, the overall energy. So this really is a time, and we're not necessarily talking about an air sign queen or an earth queen. This could be for any sign, really. If you recognize this situation, if you've been struggling, if there have been some choices, if you haven't been, you feel like somebody's been preventing you, or somebody's not been sharing information with you. If this is you not being able to trust whatever ideas have been coming, know that that's going to change through some kind of offer. And I'm going to look at that. Now here is the Chariot. And the Chariot is that idea of once things change, and see, together with this Four of Wands, this makes a 5. So this tells me that there are going to be some changes coming. That's what 5s speak to, but they speak to changes that are beyond your control. It's not 2 5s, okay? It is 1 5, and 1 5 is just saying there are going to be some perhaps I don't know, challenges is not necessarily the word that I'm hearing. It's just going to be a time of some change, and it could be a little bit uncomfortable and scattered because it is a 5. But the Chariot says that you have the focus and the determination, and perhaps even the maturity to move through this opportunity that is coming for you. It's almost like the cards are saying, whatever this thing is, it's been a long time in coming. This is not the Knight of Pentacles, but it has that kind of an energy and a flavor. And I have these 2 aces here, and 2 aces always speak to some new kind of gift or partnership being offered. Now this could be, as I say, financial. It could be a raise or promotion. It could most definitely be a new kind of romantic relationship, somebody new coming in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look. First, let me look at the Queen of Swords here and what she's trying to tell us. When the Queen appears in a reading, it is time to rein in your demons. You no longer have the excuse of inexperience, ignorance, or even fear. Use your immense intelligence and love of truth to conquer what plagues you. When you do, you'll be able to access matters of the heart with cool mental clarity and grace. So if this is about one person, two different aspects, indeed here with the Chariot, it's telling you to take control of whatever your fears are. Because whatever is coming up on this other side, there is no place for those things that have been plaguing you. Whatever those demons are from the past, there's no room for that. And if you kind of hesitate, or if you allow those to come in, and perhaps even for some of you, if you wait too long, this opportunity may pass you by. These are aces. They're simply opportunities. Okay? And sometimes it is about taking that leap of faith. Let me read to you the Queen of Pentacles. She shows up at the head of the future vertical column. This is a wonderful sign. She is the embodiment of a natural goddess, Venus. She is the earthbound answer to the Empress, hale and warm and ready to provide a safe haven. If you see her in a reading, you are a powerful force for creation. You are grounded in reality, exuding a subtle, masterful strength that can be channeled into any endeavor. Be prepared for everything you touch to blossom under your hand. I'm telling you, people, something's coming. Now, what I want to do is take a look at this Queen of Swords here. Now, please keep in mind, this is a general reading. It will not resonate with everyone. In order to gain more insight into your situation, does require a personal reading. A lot of people be getting mad because that ain't have nothing to do. This is a free reading, people. And I have a lot of subscribers to my channel. Y'all can't see the number, but I have a lot of subscribers to my channel. And a lot of people don't, so that means I'm reading for a lot of people. That's what it means. And it's impossible for me to get it right for everybody. And the personal reading is where I take your birth date, your sun sign. I meditate, focus on that, and the questions that you submit, and then I read. Fortuna, the Wheel of Fortune. The desperate jealousy, excessive attachment to a situation, or this could be your own psychological fears and worries. L'amante, now, female, the lover, but l'amante also stands for the woman who's rather shy and doesn't show her feelings openly. Okay, so in other words, this could be saying that the time has come. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Things are about to change for you, and perhaps you have a fear of opening up and letting your emotions be known, regardless of what the situation is talking about. This does read like a take a leap of faith kind of a thing. I'm going to read on this Page of Chalices to see what is the underlying energy of this offer that's coming in. Something new. Something is trying to be born here. And this is usually what I see with the Ace of Wands and the Empress. It speaks to a birth. It presages a time of something new coming. Whatever this thing is, it is ultimately, literally, for some of you, going to change everything for you. It's almost like it's saying to me on a spiritual level that this is a quantitative leap in all areas of your life, especially spiritual, with these two cards here. You know, so if you've been struggling, really, really difficult, having a difficult struggle with perhaps trying to figure out where you're going, what you're doing, why is crap happening the way that it is, I think the question is not really to, or the issue is not really to, or the solution is not really to kind of dwell on that, but kind of be ready to kind of move forward. You will get your time to go back over why it is things have happened the way that they have. Domestico, well, this is, as a person, this is going to be somebody who, in some way, is supposed to be helping you. Okay? But he can also speak to a collaborator. Now, I'm not going to lie, with these 2 3s here, this can sometimes be a third party situation. Yeah? With the 2 of Pentacles, a choice between 2 women. I don't know. This could be the man returning. As a collaborator, this could be, is this person really in it to help you, or is this person kind of in it for themselves? Are they even being truthful? As an energy, this is reading to me like whatever has happened or whatever has been put forth and whatever has been kind of shady and perhaps suspect, he's still the servant. It's there to help you. Page of Chalices. Bambino, something new. Speranza, the hope. Now, if this is about a romantic relationship, this is about perhaps the return of somebody new or the appearance of somebody new. We're not quite exactly sure what this person is all about. He makes us feel good. He helps us with our self-esteem. He shows us that we should be more valuing of ourselves, perhaps not so harsh and critical on ourselves. But yet, and we have this hope that maybe this is going to be something good, but this card can also speak to fear. What's interesting is that they both have the same stance in the card. They're both looking towards the future. So this could even be about the idea or the concept of, remember I said at the very beginning, this could be some of you are considering leaving a partnership of some sort. Let's take a look at this 6 of Swords. Right now, there's kind of a steady, slow kind of an energy to this with this 4 of Chalices. Let's take a look at what the 6 of Swords is trying to tell us. This could be, you know, the end of some kind of relationship, and perhaps you just haven't voiced that yet. But you know it deep down in your bones. You know it's time to move. Now, whether this is you sick of your boss or your job, or, you know, maybe it could be somebody in your family that's been stuck to you like Velcro. And whether this is a romantic relationship. I think for many of you, you are understanding that the time has come now to shed that and not to be afraid of it. Giovani Fanciulla. Dilettante. And the Precious Presence. Now, remember I was saying to you that there was a possibility of there being a third-party situation. Well, here is the Domestico. Now, here is the Giovani Fanciulla with the Dilettante, the stupid actions and stupid behavior, and the Precious Presence, a gift not unselfish. The Giovani Fanciulla speaks, is the interpretation of that card is attraction to a young woman. But to me, it always represents as well the new woman, or this young could also be interpreted as something new, right? She sits in the past position here. Here is the dilettante, these stupid actions, stupid behavior, and the Precious Presence. So even still, what I'm getting is that if this has been about a third-party situation, somebody else coming in, it's almost like the cards are saying, yeah, that was a stupid thing to do. You're going to move away from it, but it was the best thing that could have ever happened to you, right? Okay, that's really what these cards are saying to me. All right. Let me quickly read to you the meaning of the 6 of Swords and show you the card. It It is a simple message. Move on. If you have exhausted the potential of some place or circumstance, it is time to flit away. Don't hold on to something out of maudlin nostalgia, or worse, fear of change and the unknown. Recognize the simplicity of your venture and float on towards freedom, towards change, towards adventure. And I'm telling you, whatever this thing is, no matter how it plays out for you, you know, we all have choices to make, right? And really, life is just a series of choices. Sometimes we choose very wisely. Sometimes we choose not so wisely. Sometimes we choose with extreme confidence, and then sometimes we make choices out of fear. And then sometimes, you know, even not making a choice is also a choice. Okay? Well, if I just wait, well, you can do that. So, formulate one question. Something is changing. Now, I would dare say for some of you, we do know that Mercury retrograde will bring old lovers back. Will bring up old situations. And it's because it's giving you, the universe is giving you that opportunity. It's testing you to see how much have you grown since that last time you saw that person, or how much has that person changed. Typically though, and I want to caution you, this is not for everybody. When old lovers show up under the Mercury retrograde, as soon as Mercury goes direct, they leave. Okay? They're gone again. It's just giving you an opportunity to work out whatever those things are that happened or occurred between the two of you. Why was it that you split up? It's giving you an opportunity to look at the role you played, how you feel about yourself, and in a sense, where did you lack faith and confidence in your own abilities, or your own self-worth, or your own skills and competence, or you know those kinds of things. And so that's an opportunity for you to look at that. It's never, well, didn't I just tell you somebody's coming back, people? Somebody is fixing to make a return. Here is the Six of Cups. Well, now, those of you who have been with me for a while know that card, many people, isn't that something? Many people, readers will call that the soulmate card. And this is true in one respect. But soulmate relationships are not those easy relationships that we think about. The soulmate relationships is that person who is there to teach you something about yourself, and to help you to grow and expand and to become a better you. Okay? It's never the other person. It's always how you look at yourself. And so do not assume that you yourself are not showing that other person something as well. But quite frankly, it's not your responsibility to wonder if they're getting the message or not. Okay? All you need to do is be paying attention to what the hell it is you're being shown about yourself or the situation. So the Six of Cups can also be that card of childhood and nostalgia, but it speaks to that kind of unconditional open love. Now, for some of you, this could relate to the idea or the concept, even with the Chariot card, that you may have to travel back home. For some of you, this could be a childhood, high school, college romance person coming back that you ain't seen in Methuselah's years. For some of you, I'm not picking up that this is about children, although with that Empress and the Three of Pentacles and those other two aces, for some of you, this really could be the idea or the concept that if you have been wanting to have children, that the energy is available to you. I don't do pregnancy and health readings, so please don't book for that. Don't get a reading about your grandchildren or any of that, because I don't read for pregnancy and health conditions. I'm just bringing this up. For others of you, I want to caution you that if you are not ready for children to become pregnant, then please take those precautions, but that you may meet somebody who can bring that possibility to you. In other words, it may be that kind of relationship where eventually you might end up getting married and or, okay, having children together. You know, it depends. Six of Cups. Now, Wow, the cups are the cards. The cards are very clear. The card says simply love. Now I want you to look at that. The key words are innocence, nostalgia, kindness, and children. People often fondly remember the innocence of youth as a time when life seems simpler. And this could be that kind of a person that just everything just clicks when you meet them. But if the person is returning, I wouldn't put a whole lot of stock. Be patient and just see where it goes. This card is a call to action to bring that innocence and energy into the present and into your relationships. As much as you can, interact with others from a pure and open heart, full of love and free of ulterior motives. Now remember, we're looking at that domestico. Do this and you'll find that your relationships will deepen and require far less effort. Remember the Lamante, she doesn't speak her emotions. It's time for you to start speaking exactly what you feel without fear or repercussion that somebody's not going to like you. They don't like you, screw. Who doesn't like somebody who is trying to show them love? And if you like somebody and you're trying to show them love and they're being all bitchy or dickwad, find somebody else who's going to appreciate that crap. Okay, here we go. Now, when you reminisce about your past, bring back only the happy memories and cherish them. I had such a good time with you, but really, I can't go through this again. Kindness and generosity are at the forefront when this card appears. Look for ways to help family and friends, and especially children. That's that North Node in Leo. Reach out to them and assist them in any way you can. Sometimes just a bit of attention is all that someone needs. Where kindness prevails, relationships flourish. Pay attention. And if you're hoping to become pregnant or adopt a child, this is a positive sign. Didn't I tell y'all? Y'all better watch it. So that's what I have for you. Don't forget that special starts the 20 for 20. I'm going to start taking bookings Wednesday. As a matter of fact, I'll start taking bookings on Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead and put that up on the website. You can find the address here at the bottom of the screen. Sign up for the newsletter. I do hope you'll take advantage of this. If you've never had a reading or you think you might like a reading, come on over. So until next time, namaste.